sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
For the longtime Panther, Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Purdy looking to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. That one a first down pickup of 8. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Back to throw, Purdy. Dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Purdy. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on third down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. They'll be let out by their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley on the option. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Motioning to the left is Robinson. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second and 6. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that'll be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the 1st quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this pass caught by Gray.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. He hits his target, Lockett, and he'll be out right at the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running left is Walker. He'll get this to about the 38.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
Purdy. Pass incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And throwing here, Purdy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They're going to look to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Back to throw again. It's complete to Robinson. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Second down and a yard. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Giants. 44 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Back to throw here. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Purdy off the play fake. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kayvon Thibodeau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Purdy now to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Out of the gun, Purdy. This is Fant on the short completion.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Toss left side for Walker. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Barkley. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it again. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw, Purdy. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Shotgun now with Purdy. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now Purdy. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter. Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well. Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry. Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Play action, now Purdy. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's a 2nd and 5. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And Walker has it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the give here, Charbonnet. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Charbonnet. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 24.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. On play action, they'll throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. There's Charbonnet once again. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
Got a man, it's Brown. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Barkley inside handoff. Fights him off. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Up the middle with Barkley to about the 48-yard line. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. On the draw, this is Barkley.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
They go play action here on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Purdy.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And now out come the Giants. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Second and 3.
Left side, he's got Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
He'll take this to the 46.
2nd down and 8. Again, it's Barkley. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Got to give credit to both defenses because they've been able to keep the points down. And despite that incompletion, I like the way he's playing. He's putting up decent numbers. What he has to do, find a way to make that sound read and hit that 1 home run before this one's over.
Gano's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
He hits his target, Lockett. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 58 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he is going to have a New York first down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
And they will take a knee here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.